Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Lucas Torreira could sign a new Arsenal contract and then join Valencia on loan, according to Spanish outlet AS. Lucas Torreira could sign a new Arsenal contract this summer in order to secure a loan move to La Liga side Valencia. The Uruguayan joined the Gunners from Sampdoria 4 years ago. He had a spectacular debut season in the Premier League, and many Arsenal fans believed he was the future of their midfield. However, after a difficult second season at the Emirates, Unai Emery's successor, Mikel Arteta, decided that the midfielder wasn't a part of his plans. He was loaned out to Atletico Madrid in 2020 and then to Fiorentina last season. Everybody expected La Viola to sign Torreira on a permanent deal, but the Italian side decided against it in the end. That annoyed the Uruguayan, who was forced to return to Arsenal as a result. New Valencia boss Gennaro Gattuso absolutely loves Torreira. He has made the incredible Uruguayan his transfer priority in this window, and that has been confirmed by the player's agent as well. Just 2 weeks ago, Torreira agent Pablo Bentancur revealed that his client has a pre-agreement with Gattuso to sign for Valencia, but it's up to the two clubs to agree a deal. The report claims since the 26-year-old has entered the final year of his career, Arsenal have to sell him now to avoid losing him for nothing next year. Valencia, however, can only afford a loan deal this summer. That is the stumbling block at the moment, but the report claims that to find a solution and get a move to Valencia, Torreira could extend his Arsenal contract. That will allow him to join Valencia on loan with an option to buy clause included in the deal. Nobody really expected Torreira to have a future at Arsenal, having spent each of the last 2 seasons out on loan. However, with the Gunners short of options in the middle of the park, some fans believed there was a chance he could be reintegrated into the squad. That hope was killed by the player himself. Just last month, Torreira publicly ruled out by claiming that there is no chance he will stay at Arsenal this season. Marseille not giving up on William Saliba. Marseille are not giving up on landing William Saliba, with Mediafoot in France reporting that the Arsenal starlet is their dream signing for this summer. Everything around Arsenal suggests that Saliba is going to play a key role for Mikel Arteta's man this coming season. He has been involved in pre-season. Arteta has praised Saliba too. He recently suggested that the defender looks ready and is already a top player, and he lauded his huge potential. That would certainly make an exit seem highly unlikely. However, reports in France do not seem to tell the same story. Previously, reports claimed that Saliba was hoping behind the scenes that Marseille make a bid to bring him back, and Mediafoot is now suggesting that the Ligue 1 side are not giving up. They name Saliba as their dream signing, and they note that Pablo Longoria recently met with the youngster's agent in London. Mediafoot also reports that Arsenal have potential replacement in mind should Saliba leave. Reports have suggested that the Gunners are keen on Maxence Lacroix. Arsenal fans will probably not be losing any sleep about the links with Marseille at this stage. He has been involved in pre-season and looks set to finally make a competitive debut. Marseille's interest has always been there, so if Arsenal were not convinced, they probably would have done a deal by now. Surely, the only way that a spanner can be thrown into the works is if Saliba asks to leave. He has 2 years remaining on his contract, and if he decides he wants to go, Arsenal would have to consider letting him go. But Saliba is back in the mix at the Emirates. If Arteta does use him consistently, you would imagine that there is little chance of the centre-back pushing for a move away. Hector Bellerin is now ready to give up 1 year's wages to get out of Arsenal. According to B-Soccer, Arsenal defender Hector Bellerin is ready to give up 1 year's wages to leave the Emirates Stadium this summer. The Spaniard has been on the Gunners' books for over a decade now. He came to North London from Barcelona as a teenager and made a brilliant name for himself after he burst onto the scene under Arsene Wenger. After 10 years at the Emirates, Bellerin decided he wanted a change last summer. He joined Real Betis on a season-long loan deal. He had a fantastic campaign there. Now, he is desperate to return to the Benito Villamarin Stadium. Bellerin was summoned back for pre-season by Mikel Arteta this summer. The Spaniard has featured in a few of the Gunners' friendly games and has even worn the captain's armband on occasions. However, it's clear that Bellerin has no future at Arsenal, which is why he's desperate to return to Betis, where he had such an incredible time last season. Arsenal have made their demands known to Betis, but the Spanish outfit are struggling to meet the Gunners' valuation. If Edu doesn't budge, a move could collapse, which is why Bellerin has offered to do something that very few players have done before. The report claims that the fullback has offered to give up every penny he is owed in the remainder of his contract, which expires in 2023. He hopes that will convince Arsenal to let him go this summer. Bellerin, branded as an exceptional player by Arteta, has just under a year left on his contract at Arsenal. He earns £5.72 million a year at the Emirates, and if the report is to be believed, he's prepared to give that up just to leave the club. Arsenal have every right to hold out for what they feel is Bellerin's actual value, but at some point, the Gunners will have to soften their demands too, especially if no club tables what they are expecting. Whether Edu will agree to do that in the coming weeks, however, remains to be seen. Nicolas Pepe have been offered to Newcastle United. Arsenal have been trying to sell Nicolas Pepe this summer, but no avail so far. The Gunners' record signing has struggled to make his mark at the Emirates Stadium since his move in 2019, and last season, Mikel Arteta barely gave Pepe a look in the Premier League. The £72 million man started just 5 games and clocked up a mere 681 minutes in the top flight last term. Earlier this month, Fabrizio Romano claimed Arsenal were struggling to find a buyer for Pepe. Arsenal are open to letting Nicolas Pepe leave, but at the moment there is no official offer yet, Romano told Couth Offside. The player himself also changed agents this summer in an attempt to get a move, but it's proving a tricky sale. Now, it looks as though Pepe's representatives have offered their client to arguably the richest club in the world. According to 90 Minutes, Newcastle United have been offered the Ivory Coast international. However, Pepe is far from the only player who the Magpies are now considering for a late summer swoop. Chelsea's Timo Werner and Barcelona's Memphis Depay have reportedly been offered to Newcastle too. It's no surprise that Arsenal are seemingly struggling to shift Pepe this summer. The 27-year-old is one of the Gunners' highest paid players on a reported £140,000 a week. However, Newcastle certainly have the finances to take him off Arsenal's hand. Pepe is a talented player who could do with a fresh start, and Newcastle wouldn't be a bad shot to do so. In return, the Magpies would be getting a hugely talented player with a point to prove and considerable Premier League experience. Atalanta's move to sign Nuno Tavares from Arsenal has stalled. Atalanta's move to sign Nuno Tavares has stalled, with Tuttomercato Web reporting that Arsenal have no interest in agreeing an option to buy as part of the loan deal. Tavares looked destined to leave the Gunners before the transfer deadline passes. The 22-year-old has fallen down the pecking order in North London following the arrival of Alexander Zinchenko. There have been plenty of admirers. Reports have claimed that Brighton have held talks with Arsenal over a potential move amid speculation that Marc Cucurella could leave the Seagulls. But in the last few days, it seems that Atalanta have moved to the front of the queue. In fact, it was suggested that the Serie A side were confident about agreeing a move for the left back. However, it seems that there is now some doubt over a move. According to a report from Tuttomercato Web, negotiations have stalled, and one of the reasons for that is that Arsenal are not prepared to agree on an option to buy as part of any loan deal that takes place. Tavares would surely benefit from leaving Arsenal this summer. Unfortunately, he does not appear to be ready for the demands of regular football for the Gunners. Heading to Atalanta would be a really exciting option. They have now registered 6 top half finishes in a row in Serie A, finishing third 3 times. You can understand why they are keen to agree on an option as part of the loan deal. He is an exceptional talent with a lot of potential, but Arsenal clearly do not want to lose him in the long run, so it will be interesting to see how the settlement is broken. According to the Daily Express, it now seems that Marseille will be Tavares' destination, despite the 22-year-old also having interest from Lille. Ben Foster says Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus never gets the credit he deserves. Ben Foster believes Gabriel Jesus is severely underrated and has predicted that the Arsenal new boy will have a really good campaign in the Premier League this season. The Gunners signed the Brazilian from Manchester City for £45 million at the start of this month. Mikel Arteta was desperate for a new striker, and Jesus was his priority target. Thanks to his and Edu's relationship with the player, they got the deal over the line despite a lot of competition for his signature. Jesus has been excellent for Arsenal in pre-season so far, and Foster believes he will do really well this term. In a video on the Cycling Goalkeeper YouTube channel, Foster revealed his Premier League predictions for the upcoming season. He thinks Arsenal will finish 5th, but has predicted that Jesus will have a fine campaign. He said, "They, Arsenal, were struggling badly at the start of last season. It was a horrific start, it was horrible, and Mikel Arteta was the favourite to get sacked. They kicked on, but it was a disappointing end to the season as well. Looking at this summer, Gabriel Jesus is a massive signing, massive. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. Arsenal have been crying out for that type of player, and I think he's going to do really well. I do think they will have a good season and win some big games against some big teams, but I think they will just miss out on the Champions League places. Arsenal's aim this season will be to get into the Champions League places. After coming ever so close last term, the Gunners were in the driving seat to finish 4th with just 3 games left in the campaign, but back-to-back defeats against Tottenham and Newcastle crushed their dreams. With a proven striker like Jesus now set to lead the line, Arsenal fans have a lot of reasons to be excited about. The Brazilian has been incredible in pre-season so far, scoring 4 goals in as many games. If he can carry that form into the new Premier League season, Arsenal will have an excellent campaign. 2 huge Premier League clubs emerge as destinations for Lyon player Lucas Paqueta. Manchester City and Tottenham have emerged as 2 clubs interested in signing Lyon's Lucas Paqueta. Spurs had a bid of around €40 million for the Brazilian rejected in January by the French club, reports L'Equipe, with City being the most advanced club in discussions for the 24-year-old at present. Paqueta has been linked with a move to the Premier League all summer, with Arsenal and Newcastle being the clubs showing the most interest, but L'Equipe states that the Lyon star is not currently interested in the prospect of joining any of the 2 clubs and would prefer a move to either Man City or Tottenham. Paqueta has asked to leave Lyon earlier this summer after refusing to begin negotiations on a contract renewal with Lyon. His current deal expires in 2025, so the French club could get a really good price for the Brazil star. That price Lyon wants is not named in the L'Equipe report, but the €60 million Lyon received for Tanguy Ndombele from Tottenham 3 years ago could be the marker. Man City will only pay that fee for Paqueta if Bernardo Silva leaves the club this summer, so although the Manchester club are in the lead for the 24-year-old, there are many variables still at play in any potential transfer, which could bring the other English clubs back into play. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.